everyone. Welcome back to welcome to Find It in Fergus Falls. We are downtown Fergus Falls right now at Olson Furniture, and we're going to go on in and get a little tour of their 5-building showroom, as well as hear from Brandon Olson, who's 5th generation family, and Keith Olson will be joining us. We're going to talk a little bit about the history too, so stay tuned.
Wash and go, get your shine on. Wash and go.
While you may not mind driving around with a dirty vehicle, the truth is, dirt is abrasive and can eat away at your car's clear coat over time. Wash and Go is open 24 hours, 7 days a week to keep your car clean and shining. Wash and Go, a locally owned business supporting our local community. Wash local with Wash and Go, and don't forget to download the Touch for Wash app for unlimited car wash packages.
Wash and go, get your shine on. Wash and go, wash and go.
Well, welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. We are here in the lovely Olson Furniture, downtown Fergus Falls, and Brandon Olson is joining us on the show today. Brandon, welcome to Find It in Fergus Falls.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Excited to be here.
Well, we are excited to show off so much of what Olson Furniture and Design Studio has going on in Fergus Falls. Now, Brandon, you are 5th generation.
5th generation.
Family-owned business.
Yes.
That
Yep.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Just when you think about 5 generations, same business, same family owning it, and taking care of people for truly generations.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
It's fun to see people coming in and bringing, their family in, their children, and kind of developing those relationships throughout generations, working with parents and then their children when they get married and buying houses and things.
Yeah.
It's
you think about all the different families that the Olson family has helped throughout the years, really turn a house into a home.
Yes.
Turn
Yep.
their apartments into homes, that type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
with really good quality furniture that, second to none, and a great selection. Like you said, you guys will take care of people from start to finish.
Yes.
When it comes to buying furniture.
Yes. My grandfather always used to say, owning the furniture store and funeral home, we'd take care of you from cradle till casket.
Yep, absolutely. Well, and that was very common generations ago too, because
Yes.
a lot of the same craftsmen who were building dining room tables were also building,
Yep.
your final piece of furniture.
Yes,
So,
certainly.
well, and that's a whole nother show, because that's a whole nother Olson family.
Yes.
Taking care of that end of the business. But here too, still fine quality, well-crafted furniture that are, could be things that people pass down from generation to
Absolutely.
generation.
We try to align ourselves with companies that we can really stand behind, things that we would have in our own homes.
Right.
Excuse me. Things that we can ensure that really aren't going to have too many problems.
Absolutely. Good quality, stand the test of time.
Absolutely.
And still a lot of things that are the current design styles, the current things that people are looking for, plus a lot of customization. So I loved as we were walking around, you guys were talking about the different names of the different sofas. I've
Yes.
never thought of a couch or a sofa or a Davenport,
Yes.
as my grandma
Yep.
called them, having names.
Absolutely. So we have
So you really know the inventory.
certainly we try to keep up to date with all of the current trends and inventory items. You got to differentiate somehow rather than saying that blue sofa over there.
Sure.
You got to know the product. Really being able to kind of guide people through the showroom and give a product some life.
Yeah. And I think too, in this day and age, a lot of people end up looking for things online, but really when it comes to a couch, don't you want to sit on it?
Absolutely. Yep.
Why would you ever order something like that online?
Well,
That's crazy.
Yeah, we get all sorts of folks who want to sit in it before they want to buy it.
Yeah.
We try to rotate our floor inventory regularly to make sure that we're keeping up with current trends and color schemes,
Sure.
things of that nature. And then so people aren't seeing the exact same thing when they come in.
Right. And they're
If
going to
you-
see the same thing in every home.
Correct.
Their neighbors and friends aren't going to
Absolutely.
have the same things in them too.
Exactly. So just to be able to give people some, a refresh of the showroom is really nice to try and keep going.
Which is great, because now you've got somebody that knows the product and knows the designs and the colors. Plus, let's say, like this sofa, I absolutely love this.
Certainly. This is the Digby from Flex Steel.
Okay.
One of our better selling sofas. Comfortable, holds up extremely well. Available in 600 plus different colors.
What?
So we can go through that. We've got hand samples. You're welcome to take home. Lighting is a big factor.
Sure.
From store to home, things change.
Yeah. Time of day.
Yep.
Things like that. So yeah. So if somebody saw this and then, oh, I love this style, but I'd really like it in
Red,
yep. Burgundy.
Absolutely.
You name it.
We've got options for that. If you'd like it in a pattern, we can do that as well. You're welcome to take samples home, try them out, bring them back in a couple days, and we can work through that over time.
Okay. Now folks are just getting started furniture shopping. Maybe they've got some great pieces, but the kids are home from college and they're, maybe starting out their own home, or maybe their new apartment that they're sharing with friends. Maybe they're like kind of eyeing up, maybe they've made it through that first quarter and went, yeah, this furniture that we have
Certainly.
there isn't enough, doesn't cut it. So maybe they talk mom and dad into handing it down.
Absolutely.
And maybe mom and dad now need a new sofa.
Absolutely. We try to align ourselves with our customers. We don't want anybody to feel like they can't afford a piece. We try to find the best fit for the budget.
Sure, that's important.
We're not trying to sell something super expensive to you just because we want to. We want it to fit your needs. If you have a young family, we have fabrics that can
more durable,
kind of waterproof, things of that nature that are really going to help fight stains, things of that nature.
Sure.
I like to try and suit the furniture to your lifestyle rather than forcing the most expensive thing towards you.
Right. And there's a wide variety and wide range of prices.
Certainly.
That leather sofa that you have on sale
Absolutely.
that we'll show.
Yep.
That is absolutely gorgeous.
Yep, stunning. That's handmade from a company called Leathercraft. That is top tier.
Yes.
I mean, really, that's hand built, all custom. That is top of the line.
Right.
Then we have more affordable options for young families who are starting out.
Yep. Lots, and still great quality pieces
Certainly.
too. And what I like too is that you guys have the accessories and like the side tables,
Absolutely.
the coffee tables,
Yep.
that
lamps and things of that nature, sofa tables.
so they can accessorize. Now let's say somebody is just again starting out their furniture shopping. What's some of the best things to do to get started?
Certainly measure your space. That's a big portion. We've got sizes labeled on all of the furniture in stock. Make sure that it can, if you come in with measurements in hand, we know kind of what size range to
Sure.
guide you towards.
Yeah, because there's nothing worse than buying a piece of furniture and it either looks dwarfed in
Yep,
the space
absolutely.
or takes over the whole space.
Certainly. A lot of folks will bring in a color sample. If you have a accent chair or a pillow that kind of ties a lot of things together, bring that in and we can match it with some of our samples.
Sure.
here.
Another thing you can't do online.
Correct. Online distorts colors so vividly. It's really nice to have that physical sample
Yep.
in your hand and
Absolutely.
even taking that home to see how it looks in your space.
Well, too, and you mentioned that too, where people can bring samples home of the
Certainly.
different fabric choices and upholstery choices
Certainly. Yep.
that they can see in the lighting of their home, because that would be different than potentially in this vast showroom that you guys
Absolutely.
have
Yep.
here.
There's a lot of colors all over the place. Your eyes kind of get drawn everywhere. So
Yeah.
it's nice to see it in the comfort of your own home, things of that nature. You can take a sample home. We have folks take, cushions home.
Yeah, so if you walk around the store and there's a cushion missing, it's because somebody is.
Is checking it
Checking
out.
it out.
So scoop it up quick.
It's not. You're not going to buy a couch with a missing cushion.
Correct. Absolutely. That being said, we do sell some of our goods on the floor, so we
Sure.
can have them same day even. A lot of the times we excel on that delivery aspect of things.
Well, we should talk about that too, because a lot of times, people are like, "Well, I really like this, but I don't know how I'm going to get it anywhere."
Absolutely. Not everybody has a pickup. Not everybody has a trailer.
Not everybody can handle
Certainly.
moving
So,
something like that too.
Ben and I, we do all of our deliveries. Keith, on occasion, will go on a delivery as well. We're giving him a well-deserved break.
Sure,
we'll
as
call
fourth
that.
generation.
As fourth generation. He's earned his keep. He's done plenty of deliveries over the 40 years that he's been here. So he is. Ben and I were young. It keeps us in shape. When I sell a piece, I deliver it to your home.
Right.
Most of the time. Same with Ben. He's our other sales guy. Wonderful. When he sells a piece, we like to follow that through, start to finish. If we're working with you in store, we'll deliver it to your home, so you
Yep.
can be comfortable with that.
Which is fantastic. And again, another selling point with dealing with a local family-owned business is
Absolutely.
that, you know, start to finish, whether it comes time where you're deciding on colors and the size and the shape or the design, the style, you know, you're working with folks because you guys have the experience, and then bringing it to their home
Certainly.
afterwards.
There's we try to make a minimal to no surprises.
Right.
Working with our customers as closely as possible. You can deal with us if you have concerns about your furniture or delivery times.
Yep.
You're not, when you call in, you're not getting an operator.
Right. You're getting
Keith or Brandon or Ben.
right.
I mean, really. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and around the store too, like I said, you've got some accent pieces that people can pick up. You've got outdoor furniture for
Yes.
in the nicer
Yep.
months.
Absolutely.
Some unique things in here. And let's say maybe it's just time to maybe just want to spice up one room or part of it. You've got some great accent furniture.
Absolutely.
Accent chairs and
Yep, there's accent chairs all over if you want to add a pop of color. We can do a lot of, we can order pillows to match the chairs, things of that nature to really help tie a room together.
right.
Some small pieces if you just need a chair in the corner of your bedroom to put your socks on, something like that.
Right.
Or in the entryway to slip your shoes on in the morning on the way out the door.
Yeah.
Smaller pieces that can fit in a maybe not a large area.
Right, we're not maybe looking at a full
Correct.
sofa or
Certainly.
these great sofa tables
Yep.
that are, you know, great for setting your laptop on if you're using those. Really, all kinds of different things.
Absolutely.
And again, you folks can buy things off the floor as well
Correct.
as order them specifically
Yep.
to what
And
they
if
need.
if you're not comfortable with a piece that's been on the floor for a couple of weeks, that's just fine. We can order that same piece in most of the time, and it takes about 6 to 8 weeks. Is our
Sure,
lead time.
that was my next question. Is the ordering lead time back to
It is back to
pre-pandemic
normal.
levels?
Thank the Lord. So
Thank
we've
goodness.
had during mid-pandemic, we'll call it, we had probably 8 to 12 month lead times.
Wow.
It really varied depending on shipping and depending on manufacturing. Since then, we've had some new plants open up. For Lazy Boy, for instance, had a couple new facilities open up. Our lead times are actually, in some cases, better than even before COVID.
Fantastic.
So we had 6 to 8 was pretty typical at that time. We're noticing, at least now, closer to 6-week lead times. We try to under-promise and over-deliver. So if it comes in early, terrific.
Yes.
Some folks who travel south for the winter, if you order it and it comes in before you get back, no worries. We're happy to hold on to it until you get back. So there's
Feel free to come in and shop now.
absolutely is stress-free. Why wait when you want it when you can wait we can wait on you.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's another thing that, again, locally owned business will take care of. You know, whether they're snowbirds, whether folks want a piece to spice up their living room or
Certainly.
bedroom or dining room or any of those places, you guys can help them select something that they can have in their home.
Absolutely.
Almost same day, right?
Yeah, like I say, anything on the floor is available. If you come in at 5:30, that might be a little tough.
Sure.
If you give us a little bit of notice, typically we can get things out same day, which is we pride ourselves on that we have that next level of service.
Oh, fantastic. Anything else we should touch on, Brandon?
I think we've about covered it.
Yeah, come on downtown. Olson Furniture I think we're in 3 or 4 spaces.
We've got 5 buildings downtown.
buildings downtown.
Yep. So everything from window treatments is a wonderful portion of our business. We have a Hunter Douglas is a phenomenal brand,
Right.
Manufacturer that we can really stand behind. To flooring, we have all sorts of options there, and
Everything
lift
in
chairs for just about everything in between.
Yep. Well, fantastic. Well, spend some time at downtown Fergus Falls and come on in and see Brandon and Keith and Ben here at Olson Furniture.
Thank you so much, Lisa.
You bet. We'll be back after a little break.
The future is fast. The future is reliable. The future is local. The future is fiber. Park Region is committed to bringing fast, reliable, local fiber to South Battle Lake. Connect with us today at 218-998-2000 to go beyond the connection.
Well, welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. We are joined by Keith Olson now, generation number 4,
Yep.
when it comes to the Olson Furniture and Design Studio. And
Yes.
Keith, so how old were you when you started working here? Do you remember some of those early days?
I think that in a family business, as in our agricultural friends and other families that have been in business, you start when you can get told what to do.
Yep.
And
Follow directions from
exactly.
probably running a vacuum or
I can
sweeping.
recall my grandpa telling me after school it was my turn to come down and vacuum and dust.
Okay.
And maybe it was because we were shorter than everybody else that we could get under the coffee tables to dust the bottoms and vacuum. But I think about when just prior to getting a driver's license, so that would have been in 1975.
Sure.
And those types of years where you were young and strong, and if you weren't in sports or something that was extracurricular, you came down and schlepped furniture around and did maintenance in the building and shovel snow and things. And we also had the funeral home, so Guy and I were busy mowing the lawns and the church lawns and all of the elderly folks in the neighborhood and what have you that was outside the auspices of our business.
Right.
But we lived at the funeral home, and so once the mower was going, you just kept going until there wasn't any more grass. And same way in the winter for shoveling and what have you. But it's what I do, and it's what I like to do, and it's who I am.
It's been part of the family, like Brandon and I.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about 5th generation and how that just as a family-owned business, it means. To me, it seems to mean more than just, you're not just running a business.
Well, it is a little chest puffing, that our son wants to come into our business.
Absolutely. It's a challenge to run a business.
It is.
In any day.
Today, in this day and age, it's not what it used to be. It's better in some things. It's more complicated in others, with rules and regulations and employees and HR. And so when you're running your own show, you're the janitor, the salesperson, the delivery person,
you're the dusting and vacuuming and shoveling and all the
HR, and you're the complaint department, and you're the satisfaction department, and you're the payroll officer. I mean, it's just,
you do everything.
You do.
Which is great for customers because they know they're talking to the owners. They're talking to the family that's kept Olson Furniture in business for as many years.
Yep. And we're grateful, very grateful to be here in this town. My great grandpa started this company in Underwood.
Okay.
He immigrated from Denmark in 1874 and started actually just east of Underwood on Turtle Lake, where the turkey farm is.
Okay.
On the Whiskey Road for
a lot of people know that.
And then in the 20s, my great grandpa had the Underwood Furniture Company and funeral home.
Okay.
And then in the 20s, my grandpa moved to Pelican to branch off. We had stores in Parker's Prairie, and we had one in Ada for a few years, and they closed those up. And then in the spring of 1930, my grandpa came to Fergus Falls, and there was the Benson Furniture Store. So if you go down here to the corner where the Arts Council building is on the corner, and you look up at the cornerstone, you'll see it says Benson.
Okay.
And that was a furniture store that my grandpa bought.
Who knew? I didn't know that.
Yep. And then we were down in the block right near where Park Region Phone Company is.
Okay.
There were two Red Owl grocery stores, one right across the street from the other, and they wanted a building, and my grandpa had a building, and so they merged, and we were down in the other block down by Wielanders. It was the old SNL building, and then we bought this building. This was our first building, in the vernacular, my grandpa, this was the Bright Spot Cafe.
Okay.
And then we just kept moving out. We acquired the Johnson Drug Building, and then the Wickers where Mrs. Sims had her dress shop over here, and then the last building was where the Terry Black had a shoe shop, and the Fours had a beauty shop over there. And so
Sure.
we've got 5 buildings. So I think
All
we're
connected.
Yep, I think we're probably the largest footprint on Lincoln Avenue.
Absolutely.
So we're grateful for the new street. That looks
Yes.
pretty nice out there. If we could just keep all of the snow at bay, and we'll
Yeah.
be in good shape. And so after my dad got out of the service, he was in the Korean service, stateside. And when he and my mom came back from his service, which we're grateful to all of our veterans.
Absolutely.
I didn't have the privilege of serving, but there are plenty that did, and we are grateful for them. And a lot of our employees served. Okinawa, our manager, my dad's partner, Wally Solmonson, was on the USS Fraser. He was on
wow.
in the World War II. So it's a lot of history here. We've only had, I think we've only had about six full-time salespeople here in my lifetime.
That did not have the last name of Olson, I'm guessing.
Well, a couple of them did, but
Probably
most of them didn't. And but you know, our people that came to work for us, our bookkeeper was here 30-some years. Wally was here 40-some years. Jim Johnson, who recently passed away,
Yeah.
was here 40-some years. I've been here 40-some years. So it
It says a lot about the family and the business.
well. I like
Easy
to think
to
so.
work with? Fun,
I have no idea.
entertaining?
Maybe we're not around, so when the cat's away, the mice will play. Who knows?
Something.
But it's just been a great ride, and we are eternally grateful for all of the support that the community has given us.
Well,
over these
I
last
think
years,
that
so.
they know that they've got a family taking care of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know that when you're buying furniture, you're buying something important to go into your home
Mm-hmm.
that makes your home and is the gathering spaces. I mean, you think about all of the, you know, with it being the Thanksgiving and Christmas time of year, all those family gatherings.
You bet.
You know that you
Yep.
guys have been a part of.
Yep, the good and the bad. My dad ran both our store and funeral home for years and years and years. He was the only son, and his older sister was in Texas teaching school, and so my dad and mom ran both of these businesses. And then when my brother Guy and I came back, our older sister's a minister, so she didn't want anything to do with this. And
Sure.
so Guy bought the funeral home, and we had to evolve with that too. We were in an antiquated building, so he built a brand new funeral home with my dad, and I was just kind of left to the devices to do what I wanted to do, and so I bought the furniture store. And we've had to change our offerings, our terms, our not so much our service terms and things of that nature, but just general terms to
Yeah.
fit what customers are after. Our mix is completely different than it was 40 years ago when I first started, and things of that nature. So we've had to evolve and try to keep current
Yep.
with colors and styles. And so my wife's a good barometer of that. She'll walk through and she'll cock her head a little bit, and she'll say, "Don't you think you have enough of this color?" And we say, "Yep." And she'll say, "Well, you know, according to Joanna Gaines, this one isn't very good anymore." And so
Well, and that's one thing that folks should know too, is that you do have some things that are a little more trendy, but also some things that are a little more classic.
we have to have
Good mix.
a scope for our customers,
Yeah.
because there's just lots and lots of folks who are dead set on keeping things in their homes, and we want to work with those.
Right.
So we do a few in-home consultations and things.
Another thing you
And,
won't find on the internet.
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
I mean, that to me is the epitome of a family-owned, locally owned business, is that you have people that'll care, that'll take the time to, you know, help you decide, you know, is this the right size? Is it too big, too small?
Yep. Brandon does a lot of that with our window treatments. He's kind of the head of that department, and so he'll go in home and bring samples and measure and what have you, and that, and then he goes back and does the install.
Right.
And we're in Alexandria all the way to Moorhead and parts in between, and so it really keeps us busy with doing that for the customers.
Absolutely. Well, again, a long-standing business downtown Fergus Falls, you've purchased 5 buildings, so truly made a great investment in our community. So, I mean, we thank you for that.
Yeah, they say a lot of times that children are guilty of the sins of their parents. And so when we started in with these buildings, we just had to convert and modernize a bit. And I can still remember years ago when I relamped the building. Otter Tail Power, our friends there had a program to relamp, because when you'd walk in here in the morning and turn all the lights on, we had all of that humming for all of those
sure.
old ballasts and things, and so it's
a lot of lights to fill 5 buildings,
it
too.
sure is. Yep, the meter spins pretty good around here.
I was gonna say, yeah, well, and you want good lighting to see the furniture and.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I mean, that's just a small little thing, but there are certain colors that show furniture in a better light.
Yep.
And so all of those kinds of things, but
So-
it's fun.
So you've been in the industry for a few decades. What kind of changes have you seen?
Well, I'm seeing a lot of things coming back to what we call to shore. When I started in 81, I came back home and I saw lots of trending overseas goods.
Sure.
A lot of our American-made companies, Lane Cedar Chests, for example, that were made in Alexandria, Virginia for 100 years, went offshore. Cochrane Furniture, I happen to know the owners of that company, and they sold out to a consortium offshore. Lots and lots and lots of companies went offshore, left a big hole in our domestic furniture, and I drugged my feet a lot. And my dad would come down and say, you know what, our business is going down the tubes, why aren't you jumping on that bandwagon? And I said, you've preached to me forever that we're doing American.
Sure, American made.
Well, it was the late 80s and I had to bow down, otherwise I was going to be on a soup line. And so we started ordering those products offshore, and the quality wasn't there. The name was there, but the quality wasn't. And so we searched high and low, and we started finding these small little domestic companies again. Prices were higher, but the quality was much, much, much better, and our customers demanded that.
Yeah.
And so now what I'm seeing is so many of these companies are coming back to shore.
Yeah.
And we deal a tremendous amount of Amish furniture, both in our outdoor furniture, our dining room, our bedroom. It's all handmade, it's all custom made, it is worth every penny. You're not going to like me when I write up a slip, but it is worth every
the next
penny.
Years. I mean,
and you don't ever have to get rid of it.
Right.
And now, if you want to and you want to pass it down, that's one thing.
It's heirloom quality
Yep,
furniture
but
that you can.
You don't get rid of it because you have to.
Right.
And
the
so
legs
much
aren't starting to fall off.
And it doesn't come in a flat box.
Yeah.
And you have to put it together with a whole bunch of cam screws and what
Sure.
have you. It's the real deal. And I'm seeing a lot of that. We still have to have some value things around, but home health is another great big thing with adjustable beds.
Sure.
For all kinds of ailments, from sleep apnea to snoring and this, that, and the other thing. Now, I don't profess that they're going to cure that.
Right.
But it sure makes it more comfortable for a
Yep.
spouse or somebody that's suffering for that. And our home health with lift chairs and power adjustable chairs.
Those can make some great positive impacts in people's
They
lives.
sure can. Yep, I've had lots of young folks that have been hurt or have had knees or hips replaced and things that have bought those, and they used the lift portion for a while, and after that they're using the power features.
Sure.
And watch a football game in a power recliner is a pretty good deal. So
No complaints then.
Yep. And LED bulbs, for example, a lot of our lamps are LED compliant, and we're doing a lot with floor coverings, and
Sure.
the trends in that is like vinyl floorings. Our hardwood floors have, they're still a bit, but they're not what they used to be. And,
Well, the
because of
qualities that
expense.
come in on the
Yep.
luxury vinyl
Yep.
planking that.
Yep, and the expense of human power
Yeah.
to install and things of that nature is grand.
Yes.
And so do-it-yourself homeowner projects, we still have installers that will go out and professionally do it if you'd like. But so those are kinds of the trends. We're doing a lot of custom ordering where folks come in and they want a certain cover or a pillow or a leg stain, and our companies will accommodate
Sure.
that.
They can
So-
match the woodwork that they've already got, maybe with some existing pieces. So there are some really great services that you guys offer, and again have adapted with some of the trends, yet stayed true to the classic quality of the furniture here.
Yep.
One of the things too that I see as being crucial to the success of a community is by having long-standing family-owned businesses like yours that are not just in business and making people's homes fabulous, but you're also committed to the community itself too. So it was great to see the donation that the Rotary Club that you've been a part of make a significant donation to the splash pad downtown.
We have, and our Rotary Club is active. It's a great group of people, wonderful folks that love to serve. We were just last week, as a matter of fact, we went up to the Cleveland and OLV and Hillcrest and gave away dictionaries
Fantastic.
to third graders. And so the look on their face when you hand them a dictionary,
That
and
they get
can
to keep.
write their name in, and we put the Rotary four-way test in the cover of that, and they get to keep it. And they were just clutching it, and it was pretty special.
Oh, for sure.
So I accidentally borrowed one to bring home. I've got a third grader in Horace and my grandson, so I'm going to give him one so he could be a part of the team.
Absolutely.
His little buddy was, and he said, "I know you. You're Lucas's grandpa." I said, "Yep." And I said, "I'm going to take one of these for him too, and you can call each other and compare words." So it's lots of fun being in
Yeah.
a part of something.
Something
whether-
bigger than yourself.
Exactly.
It's
Yep.
you're committed to more than just selling furniture. It's not. It's so much more than that.
And there's lots of things that lots of great folks do to be a part of, whether it's your church family or a service club or something with the youth and involvement and the YMCA and things. There's lots and lots of great things to be involved in.
Right.
But I've learned long ago when I first came back that you can't spread yourself too thin either.
True.
And so my philosophy is that if you want to put something on your plate, you got to take something off your plate.
Right.
Because I can't, somebody can't do it all.
Right.
And so I've learned that a long time ago, and it's worked. It's worked for me in my business. So
Focused on some areas and made some big impacts on some areas too. That we've watched downtown grow and change throughout the decades. But consistently, Olson Furniture has been here and here to take care of folks for
been
many
here a long
years.
time.
Yeah.
Yep. And God willing, and the creek don't rise, we'll we'll let
around for many
Brandon take his
more.
turn and see where it goes from there. So.
Absolutely. Anything else
Yep.
we should touch on today, Keith?
Well, just the weather is wonderful for November. I can't complain about that, and that's about it.
All right.
It's been a great ride around here.
Well, let's invite
Yep.
folks to come on downtown
Yeah,
and
please
see
do.
it.
Yeah.
Share a story about the good old days, right?
Well, we've had a few stories to share. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep.
You bet. Thank
Awesome.
you again for being in business in Fergus Falls for so long and for being on our show today.
Well, it has truly been our pleasure as a family and our honor to serve Greater Fergus Falls.
Yep, you're doing a great job at it.
Thank you.
You bet. We'll be back after a little break.
Wash and go, get your shine on. Wash and go.
While you may not mind driving around with a dirty vehicle, the truth is, dirt is abrasive and can eat away at your car's clear coat over time. Wash and Go is open 24 hours, 7 days a week to keep your car clean and shining. Wash and Go, a locally owned business supporting our local community. Wash local with Wash and Go, and don't forget to download the Touch for Wash app for unlimited car wash packages.
Wash and go, get your shine on. Wash and go, wash and go.
Well, welcome back to Find It in Fergus Falls. I want to thank Brandon Olson and Keith Olson for sharing some stories about their Olson family, 5 generations serving Fergus Falls, and I of course want to thank them for the history and their dedication to the business community of Fergus Falls and to all the residents of Fergus Falls. I invite you to come on downtown Fergus Falls, take a wander through their showrooms, whether you're in the market for furniture or not. Come on down and see what's new. 118 West Lincoln Avenue, downtown Fergus Falls. Again, this has been Find It in Fergus Falls with the Fergus Falls Chamber. I'm Lisa Workman, and we will see you again next time.